Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Terry Fitzgerald, MBA Forex University. On this channel, we speak all things buying and selling small businesses under $3 million. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in Austin. It is absolutely gorgeous, overcast skies, so I am just loving it. I hope everybody's doing well, ready for a big week. Today, I want to talk about 5 to 6 areas of a small business that you really need to have addressed and have a good idea on how you're going to approach it before you spend the money and buy a small business. This is equally as important if you've already owned a small business and you may be having some challenges right now at this time. So let's talk about these areas that you have to address. And these areas have to be an ongoing part of running your business. All right? So first thing we're going to talk about is your team. Got to have a good team in place. You got to have an accountant, and the accountant has been very valuable over the decades because it keeps you, the small business owner, accountable to somebody. It keeps you honest. It keeps everything above board. It's a sounding board on how you're spending your money, what type of cash is coming into the business. So that accountant piece is critical. A lot of people just wait till the end of the year, they gather up all the receipts and everything, and they take it to an accountant. They find or a tax preparer, find the cheapest one out there, and they do that. That is the worst way to go about it, because a lot of small businesses fail because their cash flow and their finances are just wrecked, right? Why not pay some decent money, get a decent accountant, and have that accountant grow with you and help you grow your business? Because that way you have somebody that every quarter can do a temperature check on where the business is at. Small businesses rarely survive when they don't have an accountant on board that they're engaging once a quarter at least. So that's key. So you must have an accountant. Don't skimp on that. You may say, oh man, the account is going to be expensive. I don't know if I can afford it. Hey, then don't get in the business. It is what it is. An accountant is a key piece to your business being successful. It's a key piece for you avoiding tax problems with the IRS and payments and cash flow, and all types of issues come about. Can't do everything. Nothing great can be accomplished alone. Nothing great. It can't happen. It doesn't work, right? The beauty about playing sports is you learn early in life when you play sports that you can't play defense or offense alone, right? You need teammates. So get yourself an accountant. Second one will be an attorney. You need an attorney that works with small businesses. Things come up, people get sued, products bad, service bad. You need a contract, service agreements, disclaimers. Accountant, an attorney is very important. Please get that on your team. You may say, oh man, one, I hate attorneys, and two, they're expensive. Yep, they do charge for their expertise, but it goes a long way with building a good relationship, right? You have to have an attorney. Now, when you are buying a small business, having an attorney and accountant is integral. It's like crazy important. Let me tell you why. When a person is selling you their business, you have to present yourself as the hero. I'm going to help you, the seller, get to your retirement, your vacation home, whatever it is you want to do. You want to move on to your next project, next chapter in your life. I'm your hero. I'm the person. I'm the buyer. I am the hero. You need the accountant to look at the numbers. You need the attorney to do the negotiating, so you can blame them. You can say they are the bad guys. Mr. Seller, I know we agreed on a price of $1.5 million, subject to my due diligence. And after we did our due diligence, my attorney is recommending that it needs to be at $1.1 million. My accountant is saying $1.1 million. They look at the numbers, the real cash flow is here, and this is where I need to be at. So it's not me, Mr. Seller. It is my accountant and my attorney who are advising me, and I pay them very well. They're tough characters, and but I've been working with them for a long time, Mr. Seller, and I trust them. So this is where the number is at. but I'm your hero. But I am here to see what we can do to make the numbers work. You see how that works? You're the hero. Your team is the bad guy. Very important part when it comes to buying a business. Okay, so anyway, so you know you want to have your team. The other one, you'll hear me always talk about almost every video. What will your culture be? Your culture has got to be on point. Let me tell you why. If you're buying a business that has at least one other employee, that employee has to feel like they can take care of their family and achieve their financial goals by being associated with you. Stay with me. I can help you take care of your family and achieve your goals by being with me. You first have to love the employee. Then the employee will help you love on the customer. Because the customer experience is not going to go well if the employees don't feel valued, especially on a small business, because there's too much competition. Okay? Keep that in mind. You want to have another area that you have to have a handle on before you buy is what will your blue ocean strategy be? How are you going to generate new revenue? How are you going to offer services or tweak the services to be a little bit better, to be a little bit more efficient? How can you squeeze out more revenue, more profitability? Is there a little space out there? Is there a little blue ocean of opportunity that maybe you can tweak a little bit and generate some revenue that's not competing against all the other sharks? A lot of times small businesses are operating in red ocean, sharks everywhere, blood in the water, everybody's fighting over the same bait. So the question is, what are the new opportunities? Can you get to some blue water where there's not as many sharks are? Like, you really got to have that question answered before you start spending money buying a small business, right? And Blue Ocean Strategy is a really good read and a great listen too. My eyes are not super good, so I do a lot of audio. And Blue Ocean Strategy is a really good listen to. Also, you can listen to it in your car or however you get your podcast. So I would absolutely recommend that. How will you impact the business? How are you going to make it better? How are you going to make it better? Okay. The other thing you want to consider is you got to bear down on the customer experience. From the time that customer enters your ecosystem to the time they leave, what will that experience look like? What will it be like? Will you be the customer for a while? Will you have ghost customers? You got to find out. That customer experience, man, you got to really focus on it, right? You want the customer experience to be outrageously fun for that customer. Why? Because you're a small business. You have a lot of competition. There'll be a lot of people everywhere. They can always go elsewhere. There's always somebody else doing it. So what will the customer experience look like? Your online presence, right? In this day and age, you got to have an online presence. Are you going to have a social media presence? What is that going to look like? Who's going to manage that? How will you capture emails and contact information, right? Everybody needs a funnel, right? You need a funnel to get that information. So what will your online strategy look like? Will you make videos? Will you make content? Will you have a blog? Will you have a podcast? How are you going to build and sustain relationships with your customers? What does that look like? Okay. Then your cash flow, going back to the accountant, you got to keep an eye on your cash flow. That's why you want to have the accountant, because every 90 days, right, you got an idea of what's going on with the business, how much money is coming into the business and how much money is going out. And you really want to pay attention to that. That's one of the main reasons why small businesses go out of business so fast, is you lose a handle on where the cash is at, how it comes into the business, and does it stay in the business or does it go out very quickly? So managing and monitoring that cash flow, number one killer, man. It will turn your business into a nightmare real fast. All right. So those are some of the things that you're going to need to think about before you buy your business. If you already have your business, those are things that you have to grapple with, and I would recommend trying to address those issues as fast as you can. And those are ongoing issues. Those are just a part of keeping your business healthy, because we want healthy small businesses, because that's what drives America. All right. If you guys need to talk about your individual situation, please feel free to reach out to me and get on my schedule, and we will figure out how we can add value to your small business. Until next time, guys, have a great week. Bye.